Bonjour, comment ça va, dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ. Here I am to share with you another conversion story of a saint to help us during the season of Lent to have conversion in our own lives, following the examples of those sinners who became saint by having conversion in their lives. Fear, anxiety, doubt, worries. These are the few words that we commonly experience in our daily lives. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions. Fear has a very strong effect in our mind and body. Fear can create strong signals of responses in emergencies. For example, like fire or being attacked or an accident, we are immediately surrounded by fear. Sometimes the fear also can come not such emergencies, but even in ordinary situations, like before the exam or date or performing on a stage. Therefore, in both cases, in emergency situation or in ordinary situations, we all experience this emotion of fear. But fear also can cause us trouble by not allowing us to perform well. Out of fear, we might uh, underperform ourselves. Sometimes the fear does not last long. Once the exam is over, our fear is done. Once our stage speech is done, our fear is done. Whatever we are afraid of, whatever we are fearing, once that thing is over, the fear also comes to an end. But sometimes when we fear about tomorrow and future, the fear also can stuck with us for a lifetime. It can cause us anxiety, worries in mind as well as in body. Therefore, fear in life, in future, leads us to worries and uncertainty. We need to make efforts to overcome this fear by trusting in God, allowing ourselves to trust in God and entrust our lives into the hands of God, and then doing our duties in the best and possible ways we can do. And today we are able to see a very famous saint, a man with intellectual excellence, also had difficulties when he was a young man. Though he was a very intellectual student, he too failed in the exam in fear of down performing himself. When this fear, doubt, and anxiety was causing him illness and trouble in his life, he finally came to his senses and gave his life and his being into the hands of God and began to see the wonderful transformation and conversion that was taking place in his life. That saint, who was always overcome with fear, doubt, and anxieties, but when he willingly gave his life into the hands of God and saw transformation and conversion, is Saint Cardinal John Henry Newman. Saint John Cardinal Henry Newman was born on 21st of February 1801 in London, England. John Henry Newman, early in his life, was an Oxford professor and was a deacon and raised to Anglican priest. John Henry Newman believed that the Anglican Church needed reformation and should reshape itself like Catholic Church. Newman gradually embraced the view that the Roman Catholic Church was the fullest embodiment of the early church. Though he was first belonged to Anglican Church in England, in 1845 he had conversion and became a Catholic convert and entered into Roman Catholic Church. In 1847 was ordained a Catholic priest, and 1879 was raised as a cardinal in the Catholic Church. Over 50 years, John Cardinal Henry Newman lived as a faithful, devoting himself in prayer and writings. John Henry Newman is famous for his conversion from Anglican Church to the Catholic Church. He is also known for his famous poem he wrote, Lead Kindly Light. Lead Kindly Light is a famous and very powerful poem that inspired and saved a lot of people who lived in doubts, uncertainty, and fear. John Newman was on his way back from Italy to England by the Mediterranean waters. He fell sick while in Italy, unable to travel for almost 3 weeks. Finally, he got a boat bound for Marseilles, and again the journey delayed for a week due to lack of wind to sail the boat. It was with this agony and repeated failures and uncertainty of tomorrow and fearful life condition he wrote this poem as he was praying to God for help to move forward the boat and his life. As he was praying and writing this poem, asking God's help to move forward in the right direction of his life, suddenly a gentle breeze came out of nowhere and moved his boat towards his destination, England, his home. John Newman was a great intelligent student in the university, but with a fear to perform well, he failed his own talent and intellectual by only performing to a lower grader because of his fear. He always overcome with fear, anxiety as a student and a clergyman. Finally, he decided to entrust his life and his whole self into the hands of God and was able to see the tremendous transformation and conversion that took place in his life. Lead, kindly light. Lead, kindly light. Amid the encircling gloom, lead thou me on. The night is dark, and I am far from home. Lead thou me on. Keep thou my feet. I do not ask to see the distant scene. One step enough for me. I was not ever thus, nor prayed that thou should lead me on. I loved to choose and see my path, but now lead thou me on. I loved the garish day, and spite of fears, pride ruled my will. Remember not my past years. So long thy power has blessed me, sure it still will lead me on, over moor and fen, over crag and torrent, till the night is gone, and with the morn those angel faces smile, which I have loved long since and lost a while. John Henry Newman was an Anglican priest and was very great intellectual at his time in the Oxford University. Though he was great and doing excellent works, yet the fear of tomorrow and the future held him with anxieties and worries in his life. When he finally was willing to give his life into the hands of God and ask Him to lead his way in the right path, he began to see tremendous transformation and conversion that was taking place in his life. That conversion led him to the real Catholic Church where he always wanted to be. His poem Lead Kindly Light is a very sincere and honest prayer that led many people in the right path. We also see ourselves sometimes caught up in the fear of darkness, struggling, not able to move forward, and have no courage and strength to perform well. We always overcome with fear and anxieties and worries and down perform ourselves. At those moments, if we are able to look up to God and ask Him, lead kindly light, lead thou me on. I do not ask to see distant scene, but one step enough for me. I do not ask you, God, to help me to see my future today, but one step enough for me that if I move forward today towards you, one step that is enough for me. With that hope, I will take every day a step forward towards you. This, this poem inspired a lot of great people in the world. One of them was Mahatma Gandhi, who fought for the independence of India. Though he knew that it was a struggle to achieve independence, but this prayer gave him courage that he did not wish to see the freedom immediately, but all that he wanted that one day we achieve freedom and be an independent India. So he always gave credit to this prayer which kept him in the straight path and the right path, and gave him courage every single day to move forward with a positive attitude towards the freedom and independence of India. I am sure the conversion story and this powerful prayer of Saint John Henry Newman will also help us when we overcome with fear, worries, and anxieties. If we are able to look up to heaven and ask God, "Lead, kindly light, lead thou me on. One step is enough for me today, and I believe that you will help me to come to the right destination in right time." Let us also ask Saint John Cardinal Newman to pray for every one of us, that in our fears and worries and anxieties, we will look up to God and ask for His help to lead us in the right path. May Saint John Henry Newman pray for us. God bless you and have a beautiful day.